Okay, I got the backing. I'm going to back Brittany's quilt with red flannel, and I have my 12 squares cut out for the backing, and got my batting yesterday, so I'm going to cut the squares for that, and I can start putting the blocks together. So we'll get the batting cut and get blocks together. Woohoo! Blocks are all pinned together and ready to start quilting. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 rows of decorative stitching. I'm going to do 1 row of decorative stitching along this line, maybe in blue, and then a line of decorative stitching this way in red. And then the rest of it I will do stitch in the ditch. I will just go along these triangles here. So that's my thought, is 2 rows of decorative stitching on each block. So we'll see how that goes. Well, my blocks have 2 rows of decorative stitching on them. They have this one here, and they have this one here. And I'm contemplating leaving it as is. I was trying to think how I could stitch like here and here. But, you know, I don't want to be going over the center anymore. I think otherwise it's going to be really bulky at that center spot. And it's bulky enough with all of that stitching for all these blocks coming together, and then 2 rows of decorative stitching over that. So there's really no other way without having to tie, you know, do this and this, you know, 4 times, and having to pull thread through and have knots. So I'm thinking that might be all I do on these blocks, is just the 2. You know, really, when you think of the reason you quilt, it is to keep all of your layers together. There's the back. And hopefully those 2 rows of stitching would do that. And you know, the more stitching you do on it, the flatter it becomes. So that's kind of my thinking. Of course, that's not going to stay up there on its own. It's too heavy. That's kind of my thinking. So that's where I'm at.